Hi, this is Aithin from Mockcat. Today, we are sharing the news for 1st March, continuing the series to help you prepare for VAT and personal interview to get you into IIMs and top B schools. The actual news articles from which we have taken these key points are listed out at our daily news section in our website. The link for our website is given below. To get more information about the interview process, follow our Telegram channel where you can get access to VAT and personal interview content from 99.9 plus percentiles. The link to the Telegram group is in the description. Today's 5 news headlines are: India's Q3 GDP growth beats projections, prompts upward revisions for financial year 2025. Do India's stunning 8.4% Q3 GDP numbers have more to it than what meets the eye? WTO talks extends as leaders discuss ways to break impasse over agri-fishery issues. How India's first semiconductor fabrication plant can help plug into global value chain. Paytm PPBL mutually agreed to discontinue various intercompany agreements. The first news for the day is India's Q3 GDP growth beats projections, prompts upward revisions for financial year 2025. India's GDP recorded a robust expansion of 8.4% during the October to December period, showcasing sustained momentum after achieving growth rates exceeding 8% in the two preceding quarters. Supported by strong private sector investment and a pickup in services spending, the Q3 GDP growth was even higher than the projections of the Reserve Bank of India. This robust growth, coupled with positive signals from leading indicators, prompts us to revise our financial year 25 GDP growth forecast upward to 7% year-on-year growth. Analysts believe India's economic growth seems to have entered a sweet spot with a contained current account deficit and inflation being on a decelerating trend. The robust real GDP growth suggests that policy conditions will remain tight in the April policy and RBI will likely shift its policy stance to neutral in the June policy. The next news for the day is: do India's stunning 8.4% Q3 GDP numbers have more to do it than what meets the eye? In Q3 financial year 24, the Indian economy outperformed expectations, growing at 8.4%, surpassing the predicted 6.6% rate. Apart from the gross domestic product, it is the gross value added that helps decipher how well a country's economy is performing. A significant divergence between GDP and gross value added raised concerns, with GVA growth at 6.5%. The services sector fared well, with recovery seen in the trade, hotel, transport, and communication segments, in addition to financial, real estate, and professional services. The central government and the Reserve Bank of India expect the country to register an above 7% growth rate for the third straight year in financial year 24. Economists caution that high GDP may not reflect balanced growth, citing a decline in agriculture, uneven private consumption, and increased reliance on public capital expenditure. The next news for the day is WTO talks extend as leaders discuss ways to break impasse over agri-fisheries issues. WTO ministerial meeting has been extended by a day to bridge differences between developed and emerging economies on issues such as agriculture, fishing subsidies, and e-commerce moratorium. Talks are going on among the member nations on all the issues, and India is clearly stating that it will not compromise the interest of farmers and fishermen. India and South Africa have blocked a proposal led by China on investment facilitation, stating that the agenda is out of the WTO mandate. India is pitching for finding a permanent solution to the issue of public stockholding for its food security programs. PSH program is a policy tool under which the government procures crops like rice and wheat from farmers at minimum support price or MSP and stores and distributes food grains to the poor. The next news for the day is how India's first semiconductor fabrication plant can help plug into global value chain. The Union Cabinet approved semiconductor related projects totaling investments of about 1.26 lakh crore along with the Tata Group's semiconductor fabrication plant in partnership with Taiwan's PSMC. This marks a big leap for India's semiconductor ambitions, an area where successive governments have tried and failed to get global companies to set up shop in the country. India's chip incentive plans are focused on boosting all three aspects of the semiconductor ecosystem: packaging units called ATMP facilities, assembly and testing projects called OSAT plants, and full-scale foundries that can manufacture chips. India's close allies like the US and EU also sense the semiconductor opportunity and have rolled out more lucrative incentive schemes than India. While India is the biggest back office for design engineers of all major chip companies, skilled talent that can work on factory floors of a fabrication plant is also a challenge in creating this ecosystem. Paytm PPBL mutually agree to discontinue various intercompany agreements. The Paytm board has given its approval for the discontinuation of several intercompany agreements with its associate entity, Paytm Payments Bank Limited. The shareholders of PPBL have agreed to simplify the shareholders agreement to support PPBL's governance independent of its shareholders. Paytm has partnered with Axis Bank for the settlement of merchant payments. The company said it has shifted its nodal account to Axis Bank via an escrow account that it has opened with it. RBI said customers and merchants having at Paytm handles are to be migrated seamlessly from PPBL to a set of newly identified banks to avoid any disruption. Third-party apps are heavily dependent on PSB banks when it comes to the speed of payments or even ensuring that payment failures are kept to a minimum. Players like PhonePe and Google Pay typically have at least 3 bank partnerships to minimize risks. So these are the 5 news for today. Stay tuned and subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to receive notifications. Do like the video if you found it helpful. Thank you and good luck.